Yeah, it gives me great pleasure today to be on this call and to introduce the newest member of the Perth Wildcats, Kyle Zunic. Just a few words about Kyle. Kyle is someone who I personally have watched for a long time, going back to his Centre of Excellence days in Canberra, the numerous Australian junior national teams he's played on and represented. And so when I officially joined the club last month, he was quickly highlighted as a guy that we wanted to pursue and try to recruit over to Perth. Had quite a few Zoom calls with himself, and yeah, we were very fortunate in being able to secure his services for the next 2 years. We really feel like he has an extremely bright future in the NBL, and are confident that over the long term he will become a really important player in our key rotation here with the Wildcats. In terms of his game, Kyle has a kind of reminds me a lot of a Damian Martin type mentality. Defensive-minded guard, someone that can come in and be disruptive on that end, and play both on and off the ball offensively. Someone that's impacted winning at a high level at every one of his stops, and he's done this his whole career, shown by how much success he had at Winthrop University the last 4 years, who have been one of the most winningest college programs in recent seasons over in the US. We feel like he's coming into a perfect situation here, where he has Mitch Norton, an established starting guard, Kevin White, a veteran. He's also from the same Illawarra region where Kyle's from and grew up, as his mentors. And so we really feel under the tutelage of Scott Morrison, Mike Kelly, he's in a really good spot to develop his game and hopefully stay with us for a long time with the Wildcats. In terms of this next season, we definitely expect Kyle to come in and compete for minutes with the rest of our backcourt. It's a long season. There's opportunities for everyone, and we honestly couldn't be happier that Kyle has chosen us to move out west and start the beginning of what we all anticipate will be a long professional basketball career.
The way Danny spoke then, it sounded like he said you chose the club. There was obviously some interest from other clubs. That would mean how interested were other clubs, and what made you choose Wildcats?
I mean, yeah, there was some interest there from other clubs. Obviously, coming back from college and getting an opportunity in the NBL 1 was a chance for me to get my name out there. And playing for Rip City was a great opportunity for me. And so having multiple clubs, showing their interest was a great honor, because I've always wanted to be a player in the NBL, and for it to come to fruition with a club like Perth was just a dream come true. I've always seen how successful they've been, and how much they care about winning is probably the key factor in my decision to come to Perth and to be able to develop my game into where I want to be in the future. I think it starts where going to Perth and developing my game with some high quality players in the team, obviously right now in that roster, and then also with a high quality coach. He had a few chats with him, and I couldn't have asked for a better situation for me to come into, to be able to obviously have an opportunity to compete for minutes. That's all I would ever ask, is just the opportunity to come in and be able to contribute to the team and, do anything that we can to win. So that was the main reason why I decided to go with Perth, and I couldn't have been happier with my decision.
Having your name mentioned in the same sentence as Damian Martin before you played a game is always a good start to your career at the Wildcats. Can you tell us, was he someone you watched a lot of? Your defensive attitude, where does that sort of come from in terms of that part of your game?
Yeah, 100%. Huge honour to even be mentioned with the likes of Damian Martin. Definitely someone that I looked up to growing up. Coming from Illawarra, I'd go down to the Wynn Entertainment Centre and watch, the Hawks, and when they play the Wildcats, I'd always just watch him, and how he plays the game is just, his IQ was an unbelievable thing that I noticed as his leadership when he was playing, and then also just leading into the defensive end, just how intense he was something that I really took to heart and wanted to replicate as much as I could in my game. And so I mean, it just came from, when I grew up, all my coaches were all about defense and, developing defense, because your offense will come and you can always work on your offense. But if you have that, fire in your belly to want to stop guys, and obviously the saying is, defense wins championships. So that's something that I always want to do. I want to win every time I'm out on the floor. And if that starts from the defensive end, that's what I'll do for the team. And, I want the challenge of guarding the best guy on the other team. That's something that I've always wanted. Always want that challenge to be able to go out and see what these offensive players can do and see if I can, stop them as much as I can for the team to win. So I've always had that fire in me to be able to want to defend at an elite level.
And statistically, everyone wants to be at the top of a statistical leadership board, and the media release mentioned the leading charges taken for the NCAA. Like, it's a different stat, but it's obviously one you take a bit of pride in.
Yeah, for sure. I've always been taught, put your body on the line for the team, and if that means taking charges, it means I do that. But it was a big emphasis at Winthrop. I thought that was a great opportunity for me to lead into my pro career playing at Winthrop. They always taught, play as hard as you can, dive on loose balls, do all those toughness things that are the intangibles. And that's kind of how I've learnt growing up. I just, I don't second guess it. I stand in front of a body and I take a charge. So no matter how big they are, I'll do it. And if there's like little niggles coming after it, then so be it. But as I said, I just want to do anything for the team to win.
Cole, just a very quick one. Danny mentioned before, you got a chance to get court time despite being a development player. How do you embrace that?
It's just all I ever could ask for is just an opportunity and a foot in the door when I come to an organization. And for Danny and Coach Mosen having the faith in me to be able to come in, and like the confidence in me to come in and actually compete for those minutes is all I could ask for, because I know I'm going to have to go into trainings and, all this stuff, playing every day against these high level players to compete for minutes. And that's what I want to do. I always want to earn my minutes, and, to have the opportunity to go in and train with these great players and just get better and better as the year goes on, and obviously play with them. I can't wait to get that opportunity to show what I can do and how I can help the team win, because, I really feel as though I can definitely help this team to take another step forward in the right direction of winning championships.
And can I just ask Danny a question? Danny, how long do you expect Mitch Norton to be out for? Is there a risk he may not start the season?
Yeah, no, I don't think we're anticipating that. He obviously went under a procedure last Wednesday. He's in recovery now. From all understanding, it's probably a 6 to 8 week recovery time to get him back to 100%. And so we'll take all the time we need with him. Obviously, he's such an important piece of the roster, so we're not going to rush him back. But in terms of that, I think given the pushback of the season start date to November 18th has given us a lot of advantages. One, in terms of getting guys healthy, one being Mitch now, and two, in terms of our recruitment of the rest of the roster. So we're thankful that the surgery was successful, and we definitely anticipate Mitch to be ready for the start of the season.
And can I just confirm, is that now 3 spots you've got left on the main roster?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So 3 spots left with the option to add another import. Yep.
A couple more. Carl, am I right that your old man played NBL?
Yeah, he did for the Kings.
Inspiration to you?
Yeah, 100%. He never forced me into basketball. I didn't even know he played professional basketball until I was 10 years old. Just never was one to talk about it or anything like that. And, I think I came across a video or something of him getting an N1 from the free throw line or something. And I go, Dad, what's this? You played? And he's like, yeah, I played. I was playing NBL and all that. So, I mean, as soon as I heard that, I was like, what? I got to give this a try, because I was playing rugby league at the time, and I was like, I got to go ahead and try and play basketball. And, I was lucky enough to get in a good program in the Illawarra in under 12s, and I made the Div 1 program. And, my first coach of Mick Crenny, he brought me over. He's a great person that developed me into the player I am today, for sure. But yeah, just a huge inspiration to, try and follow, in his footsteps of being in such a great league. And, he's helped me throughout my whole career with everything that I've done. He's always been there, and just kind of been my motivation sort of to go down to the gym and practice like whenever I can, because I want to get to that, NBL like I have the opportunity now. So just him being there to help me all the way through my career has been an absolute blessing.
And Danny, any updates with border issues and arrivals and quarantines? Do we have any dates yet for yourself, for Scott, for Kyle? When will you all actually be over here? Is there any update on that yet?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, I think it's pretty fluid. It's changing daily, weekly. Myself, I'm still in the States. Obviously, Scott is with his family as well. So yeah, anticipating. I mean, honestly, who really knows? I mean, it's going to be for us from the States with a 2-week quarantine to be in Perth. It's going to be the start of October at the earliest. I mean, that's obvious. For Kyle now, he's just finished his season there on the Sunshine Coast. So we're anticipating whenever we can get him over to Perth, whether that's when believe maybe there's a chance that it goes down to level 1, if I'm not mistaken. If that happens, then it's probably an easy transition for him to go over to Perth without having to quarantine. So yeah, we're just looking at it day to day. We're in touch with the NBL office, league office, that's giving us guidance on all of those things. And so yeah, obviously want to get everyone there as soon as possible, but just dealing with everything as it happens.